Hamradio 2.0 Lunchtime Livestream. Good afternoon. It is noon in Texas. Do a couple of checks here. We're going to get rolling. Appreciate everyone being in the chat today. Andy was... There it is. Yeah. I think I'm good with that audio. Yeah, you guys noticed that Andy was not first in the chat today. He was like third. He was still pretty high up there, but he was not first in the chat today. So that's good. Thanks for being here, Philip. KO4AFL, Steve, how are you? Bob's in the chat. We're gonna be bringing him on here in a second. Frank's with us as well. So good deal. All right, there it is. Hey guys, thanks for joining the chat today, or the live stream. What are we doing? Are we chatting or are we live streaming? No, we're live streaming. That's right. Lunchtime live stream today. Thanks for being here today. Should be a pretty good show. I hope I have my video freezing issues fixed. So there's nothing in the world like a real world environment test. So that's what we're doing today. This little guy right here was the culprit, I think, last time. So, but this is like one of the best capture cards you can get according to the reviews, and I got to figure out what I'm doing wrong with that. But we're going to be talking to Bob from RFinder today. He is on location at the New Hampshire HRO, and I think he's there. I think it's Salem, New Hampshire, if I'm not mistaken. And Frank's going to join us today also because Frank, guess what? Frank got he got a day he could work from home. And it's he hadn't been on the lunchtime live stream in a while because he keeps having to go back to his office. But so we're gonna let Frank come on here real quick and say something. Let me unmute myself. So Frank, I'm gonna let you do your spiel here, buddy.
Me?
And,
my
yeah,
spiel?
You. Yeah. Go for it. I'm
Tank Radio, KG5AHJ, and we're on the lunchtime stream. Woo! I'm back.
He hadn't got to do that in like I don't know, like a month and a half. So yeah. I knew he'd want to do that. So it's all good, So all right, let me switch the video over here. Gosh, I'm still hearing myself in the. Or no, remove pin. That's what I need. Remove pin. All right. And gallery. There we go.
Guest.
There we go. What's up, Bob? How are you?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
We are hanging out.
Apparently.
We are just doing the thing here. So I'm gonna put you guys up there like that. So good. Hey, man, how are you today?
Yo, everything's great. Greetings from Salem, New Hampshire. Ham Radio Outlet.
I was right. It was in Salem. So I remember it was New Hampshire, but.
And I got a special guest star today.
Yeah, so introduce Steve to us.
So this is Steve. What's your phone?
KC1AWB.
KC1AWB, M17 project. And I came up to the store to talk to the guys at the Ham Radio Outlet and do a little bit of training up here with them. And he showed up and surprised me as I walked in the door. So here we are, and I figured as long as he was here,
yeah,
talk about M17, and he's a pretty wacky guy like us, so whatever.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, good. Well, we're gonna we're going to be doing some M17 interviews upcoming on the show, so I'm looking forward to that. Been wanting to get with you guys for a while, Steve. So, okay, so for folks who don't know what M17 is, Steve, why don't you give us like a little 1 to 2 minute elevator speech about it?
I said don't.
You're still dealing with your notifications, aren't you?
I could have swore I told it not to disturb.
Well,
You had 20 minutes, Bob, to get prepared.
Right. No.
All right, let's try that. Let's see if that works.
Is
Okay.
it m17.org?
No, what it is, they knew that I'm on live stream, so like, oh, let's call him now. Okay.
Yeah.
It's m17project.org.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I did have it right in the chat, though.
All right,
m17project.org.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Steve. Tell us what that is.
Well, M17 is new digital radio protocol that we're developing using open source codecs and open source code. So literally the whole idea behind M17 is to bring digital radio to amateur radio to make things a whole lot more open and experimentable. Is that a word? I guess.
Sure.
Yeah,
I
all
like
right.
that word.
Sure.
So yeah,
I'll allow it.
The current offerings that are out there use closed source codecs, and even though the protocols may be publicly available, you can't really experiment with them because you're locked down to a proprietary codec. So what we're trying to do is just open up the whole world of digital radio, digital voice to the amateur community. So
Good. Excellent. And that's using the Codec 2 protocol or bucket or whatever it's called, right?
yes, David Rose Codec 2. Yep.
Right. So I first heard about Codec 2 at the Tapper Digital Communications Conference. I think it was 2018. And I'm like, well, what the heck is that? And then they started talking about it. I'm like, well, that would be cool when it comes about. So I guess you guys are making it happen. That's kind of fun to hear about.
Yeah, it's been a very interesting road to be going down. We just got funding from ARDC in order to further development of the project, and we're putting those funds towards getting the equipment and getting the knowledgeable people in order to help us out with the project.
Nice. Okay.
Do you need more helping hands? Because this sounds like something's fun.
We are welcoming everybody that wants to come and be part of the project. On our website, we have the links for our Discord, IRC, Matrix chat. We encourage people to jump in and just see what we're doing and help out wherever they feel comfortable helping out with. We have quite a few people that are helping out right now. Jonathan G4KLX, Rob W9XO, WX90. I keep getting his call sign messed up. And then there was also myself, Wojciech SP5 WWP, and Mike W2FBI down on the Cape. So we've got quite a few people that are interested to helping out. And if anybody else wants to come and join us, by all means, we'd be happy to help you. Happy to have you.
And based on the discussion you and I just had, we're going to look at the feasibility of jamming M17 into the RFinder RF module.
Yeah.
So that's
you're right. You are. Yeah, heck yeah, you are. That was I think I sent you a message about that like a month ago, Bob. I'm like, you need to look into these guys.
I know, and I said to you, let's see where the infrastructure is.
Yeah. So
we need,
we're good.
Realistically, for us to make something happen, there has to be some infrastructure there.
Yeah.
Right now they're experimenting almost exclusively with VoIP only, and they're just starting to come up with some entry points over radio.
Well,
so
it definitely needs to be over radio. You need to be able to do like simplex with it and whatnot, so that we can use it as amateur. We don't need to be the next Zello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, good. Well, good. It sounds like an exciting project either way.
Yep.
Is it slotted?
No.
It's not slotted. Okay, so it's one person, one time on a frequency.
Yeah, it's closer to CDMA than TDMA.
Okay.
If you're familiar with how NXDN works, it's similar to that. A lot of the protocol is based off of NXDN, and the modulation is closer to C4FM because it's 4FSK.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. That's cool. That's great.
Good.
Well,
I've been asking for a while, why can't we do something like this? Because the majority of the codecs are open source. All you got to do is stick it in a module and let it run over radio.
Oh yeah, that's all you gotta do.
That's all you got to do.
I know, right?
If that
Just
was
that easy.
Frank-
that was that for like a little oversimplification.
Yeah,
right.
That was that. Okay.
Y'all got to remember that Frank writes in C++, so you know he's
Dominating the world,
He
man.
doesn't know that much. He knows a little bit, but not that much. So
Is most of the stuff you do like batch oriented, or is it like
No,
user
no.
interaction?
apparently, you don't have to know how to spell correctly to write C++ either. That's what I've learned by knowing Frank.
Hey, man,
So-
if you misspell the same word every time, the compiler don't care.
The
a good
IDE will
point.
correct you.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So
Funny. They let you program?
Yes, my software is running in almost every fast food restaurant. So if you run your credit card, it goes through my software.
All right, that's cool.
that's
All right.
scary.
So,
That's
so you're
scary.
used to doing batch oriented programming, like back end oriented programming. So maybe you should get involved with the
I hate GUIs and CMake right now.
Well, the good news is there's no GUI on M17. So, you actually, well, okay.
There are clients. There are
No,
GUI
I know
clients.
that. What I'm saying is the actual
the back end.
flow,
Yeah, okay.
flow of the code.
Yeah, it's all C++
Okay.
actually.
Yeah.
Mostly.
So maybe you'd be a good fit for
Yeah.
I'm already looking at their GitHub repo and I'm on their Discord now.
Oh, you're getting all
Excellent.
excited. Look at you getting all excited.
I
He's
know.
jumping right in. I like it.
I joined the Discord myself. He said Discord, and I'm like, oh, nope, here I go.
Yep.
I don't have enough of those servers as it will.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was good. But cool. Well, we definitely need to get you guys on the show and get a little bit deeper dive into what that is.
Yeah.
So don't after we end today, Steve, don't disconnect without giving me your email info and whatnot. We'll get together.
I'll be right here.
Cool.
I
All right, Bob.
Yes.
So you're doing something, Bob, with the Boy Scouts this week. I thought that's where you were going to be when you joined today.
No, actually,
But,
yes. I have been at Yagoo Scout Camp
Mhm.
in Rhode Island, in Rockville, Rhode Island. And that's actually in a weird place. It's like, it seems like there's a bunch of towns all connected together in the same point, like Rockville, Wyoming, Hope. There's like a bunch of like as you drive through town, it's like, okay, that says it's Hope, that says it's
Mhm.
Richmond, that says Wyoming. It's like all over the place, but interesting place. It's a very, very old Boy Scout camp, started in 1916.
Mhm.
So it's a little over 100 years old, and it's great to be there. And I've been I was a scout. Were you a scout?
No, I wasn't.
Was not. Okay.
No.
I was a scout, and my son is an Eagle Scout, which is kind of cool. And I've been up here. I think this is about my 10th time that I've been up here. So I really love coming up with the boys. And even though my son has aged out, I still, I handed the troop to somebody else, but they asked me to come up and join them for the summer, for summer camp for a week. So it's great to get out. You shoot a little shotgun in the afternoon,
Yeah.
make some campfires.
What do you do? Are you teaching them about radio? They still have the Hamradio merit badge and all that stuff?
We do have radio merit badge, but I have this thing that I do with scouts. And if you don't mind me just pitching this to everybody,
Go ahead.
as soon as you can do this, it's a great thing to do, and it works beautifully. And what you do is you go on hamtestonline.com, you purchase 10 packs of licenses, and just tell them that it's for the scouts, and you'll get a special deal. And then you give out the training licenses to the kids and say, okay, take this course. When you're done, fill out the worksheets for electronic merit badge and for radio merit badge, and we'll schedule you for a technician's test, either locally or on Zoom or whatever.
Mhm.
And then they get their ham radio license, electronics merit badge, and radio merit badge at the same time. So it's something I experimented with last year, and it's working really great. The kids love doing their training on Ham Test Online because it does, it's good. It's a good distance learning application. It's used there actually, especially after the last couple of years of them doing online learning, they really into the mode, and they take to it very quickly. And I always give them the sales pitch that when you do this, I have to warn you, you're going to have superpowers. So brace yourselves. You're going to look at things around you and understand how, not only that they work or how to turn them on and off, but you're going to learn how they work, and you're going to understand things. And you're also going to understand why things aren't working. So it's a great life skill to have, and just so the boys seem to love it, and it's working out well. I've put about 20 kids through this, and it works out very, very nicely. So everybody, please plagiarize at will. Go get some hamtestonline.com tickets, give them out to Boy Scouts, and get them going, because you got to ham it forward. That's
right. So what, Bob, where do they go to test once they learn? Does Ham Test Online include the fee for the test, or?
No, they just join a Zoom session, but there are listings on there for getting onto a Zoom session.
Okay.
So
okay. Okay.
Yeah, it works great.
Okay, so we've got Steve KO4AFL in the chat. He's another fellow YouTuber. He's got a fairly new channel, but he's a VE and he does testing, and he says that he'll take care of the exams for them if you want to reach out to him.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Tell him to ping me on Messenger. That would be really good. So that we can get that going, because it'd be kind of cool if we could come up with a whole package of, okay, this is how you're going to study. These are the worksheets you're going to fill out.
Yeah.
This is how you're going to get your exam done. And this way it's just, boom, we just get it all done and make it like, like a grease skid for the scouts or any kids. I've given them out to college students. I've given out Ham Test Online shits to college students. I've given out to mothers of college students, and all of a sudden they're interested in it. I mean, everybody, it's really quite something. And they study, and some of them make it, some of them get to the end, some of them don't. But it's really a lot of fun. So
good,
really
excellent.
So, by the way,
we'll see what we have.
Can you see somebody behind you? This is Cal. This is Cal from HRO, by the way. He's over my shoulder here. So wave to everybody, Cal. Say hi.
How you doing, guys?
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, thanks for allowing Bob to stream from there today. It's really great that you guys let him set up there. So,
not a problem. Good. It's going to cost him, though.
Oh my God.
That's okay. That's okay. He doesn't mind that.
Oh my God.
Make him rent the space.
I think I'm gonna have to take him to dinner or something. I don't know.
I tried to take Bob to lunch and dinner when he was here visiting with me. He never would let me pay. So let Bob pay for you, Cal. Let him do it, because he doesn't.
Well,
he doesn't.
I think we've already got the lunch under control.
Oh, okay.
So we're all set there. So now we get to talk about dinner, but we'll do that after you pay for your rent.
Yeah.
Apparently he likes to fit right in.
Yeah. Sounds like it. Good. Awesome. So, okay. Hey, I got to ask you about the tablet, dude.
What?
Because,
What?
The P10.
Yeah, okay.
Because I talked to you about it before we started, but the audience hasn't heard it yet. So give us a little bit of pitch on the P10, because I've been telling people about it. Yeah, that thing.
That's the P10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it getting on the camera? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's on there.
That's the P10. It's really cool. It's just like a B1. It's got a slightly modified main board on it. It has an embedded, it has the same RF module, so the same stuff as the B1. And it's got embedded into it an RTL SDR, general coverage receiver.
Right.
And it has, actually on it, it has
separate antenna port for that too, right?
Yeah, hold on. It's got 2 antenna ports. I don't know if you can catch that.
Yep, I can see them.
One is for with the radio and one is for the RTL. So general coverage receiver. So that's what we got right now. That's what we're working on. It should have been out about a month ago. We had a very slight problem with a ribbon cable in it. So we had to hold off on production until the ribbon cable problem got fixed, which is probably today, actually. It's probably going into production tonight, our time.
Good.
Tomorrow morning. And,
fingers crossed you'll have those at Huntsville.
Maybe.
Yeah, fingers crossed, I said.
Yeah, maybe.
So, okay. Well, what are you doing for the I know you wanted to talk about the 2 upcoming Ham Fests. The QSO Today Ham Expo is a week from Saturday. Well, it's a week from
yeah.
Saturday and Sunday, actually.
Yeah, that's next week. So we'll be on that. We're one of the sponsors of that. So we'll be on that, and so anybody can come on, and we'll have like a like a video chat thing, like Zoom or whatever. People come in and chat with us, and and actually we just decided to sponsor a B1. So one of the draw prizes is a new B1. So make sure you go. Yeah, make sure you get onto the Ham Fest and go try to win one, or buy one today.
Right. From HRO.
Yeah. So what else? And then after that is Huntsville.
Right.
So I think next week, I'm driving to Delaware and Virginia HRO, and then I'll be home for a couple of days, and then I'm flying out to Huntsville, and then from Huntsville I go to what's your upper Midwest? Milwaukee?
Yep.
Milwaukee. I'll go to the Milwaukee store, and then to the Denver store, and then San Diego, Anaheim for HRO. San Diego, Anaheim, Sacramento, Oakland. Oakland? What's the name?
Anaheim is the new one, right?
Up there in East Bay, whatever it is.
Yeah.
The East Bay store, and then maybe if I get lucky, I'll make it home and do some jet skiing and diving and stuff.
Hey, Bob, a question from the chat. Do you have that new tablet info on your website somewhere?
It is. It's on the, if you go to rfinder.net and click buy now, it's not available in stores right now. It's still a prototype. But, so if anybody gets it, they got to understand that they're part of an experiment. So, but it's going to be a fun experiment.
I hope so.
Yep.
Cool. Awesome. Well, we've got we've got a happy hour live stream that I'm going to mute you for a second, Bob, because I'm still getting that feedback. All right, so we've got a happy hour live. I can hear you, but they can't.
I'll still be able to hear you.
Okay, that's good.
We've got a happy hour live stream for Friday night.
Can I use sign language
before the QSO Today Ham Expo? So
or something Morse code.
Actually,
I'll give it a little light beep 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 beep. Almost.
Interesting. I clicked the wrong button, but that still worked, so that's good. So there'll be a happy hour at 8 p.m. Central Time, which is 6 p.m. Pacific Time, next weekend. Not this Friday, but next Friday. So like 9 days from now for the QSO Today Ham Expo. We'll be streaming through the QSO Today Podcast Pavilion like we did last time. It'll be live on YouTube and piped all over to my channel, so we'll be there. Bob, if you want to come on, you are welcome to come on. You're going to have to unmute yourself. If you want to come on, the Gigaparts guys will be there with us, answering questions about Huntsville the following weekend. So if you want to come on to the happy hour the Friday of the QSO Today Ham Expo, you're welcome to do that.
I'd love to. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Good. So
we do
Craig,
the happy hour live with everyone together.
Wait, does that mean we get to drink beer and smoke cigars?
Well,
we do this. We do this every month. Okay, this is nothing new. We've been doing this for 6 months.
No. I'm saying, are we going to do it in a common area, or are we all going to? Because we're going to be all together at Huntsville.
No, you're talking. No. I'm talking about the weekend before Huntsville for QSO Today.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Confusing.
Yeah. Yes. So, but we'll probably do that in Huntsville as well, honestly.
All right. Well, that sounds like fun.
Yeah. Craig wants to know in the chat. He wants to know when you're going to be in Anaheim. Do you have a date on that yet?
About within the week after Huntsville. I don't know the exact date yet. So Huntsville ends on what date?
Sunday.
Sunday what? The 20?
Whatever that Sunday is, the 21st or 2nd.
Hold on.
So hold on, I'll pull up my calendar. That's not right.
I figure like by Saturday I'll be in Anaheim, I think.
Sunday the 22nd.
Either Saturday or Monday after that. One or the other.
Okay.
Not sure.
Good. Awesome. Well, Huntsville is going to be a really fun show. I know for sure.
Mhm. Yep.
There's going to be a lot going on there. I found out today.
That's
Just
even
today.
drive from San Diego to Anaheim.
I assume you can't. Well, technically you could drive from anywhere to anywhere, but San
Actually,
Diego.
Actually, if you try to run Google Maps from like Panama City to like Medellin, you can't get over the isthmus. It won't like run a map.
Well, none of that stuff's in Texas, so I'm not really
and if you
concerned
try
about
to
it.
drive from like somewhere in Central Europe and drive to Tel Aviv, it won't let you go through Lebanon. There's no explanation.
It's strange. Probably
wait a
some
minute.
kind of
We
restriction.
can't drive to McMurdo. We can't drive to McMurdo.
You can't drive to McMurdo. No, cannot drive there.
You can't get
But
there.
None of that stuff's in California, so you should be good. San Diego and Anaheim are both in California, so you should be okay.
California. Did he sound like a Californian?
He did.
I'm like California.
Yeah.
He sounds like a Californian. Oh my God, what's happening to you?
I said Texas
You're a
first.
man
You
of the
missed it
world.
though. Yeah, you missed that part. I thought of something I was going to ask you, and then you wouldn't shut up. So I couldn't. Yeah. I can't remember what it was now. It'll come back to me.
Happy hours,
So,
Hamfest, meetups.
Well, I did find out today that I got an email from Mark, the director of the Huntsville Hamfest, and the YouTubers bunch is going to have a forum room on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. So and it's just going to be a big open Q&A session, not a structured something. We're going to get together in the forum room on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. And if you go to, in fact, Frank, I can share that link with you.
Yes.
Let me pull that back up real quick, because he just sent this to me like 30 minutes before the stream started. So, in fact, if you go to, it's just hamfest.org forums, but I'll post it in the chat real quick. So you go there, you click on Sunday forums, and you'll see that we will have, and I don't know. I think there'll probably be 20 or 30 of us there. I'm not sure, but we will just have like an open. We'll try to keep it structured so that it's just not a bunch of people talking on top of one another. but we it should be a fun time there. So
but you know what's gonna happen.
What?
Everybody's gonna try to get in their minute.
Well, if you're a YouTuber, that's okay, because that's what it's for. But I mean, Don't worry,
Don't worry, I won't hijack it.
No, you don't count for this one. You can stand in the back and make faces at everybody. That's fine. So
good that.
But yeah, it should be a fun time. Fun time. Cool. Well, what else is going on? What else are you guys doing out there?
Well, coming up to do some training in here. I'm going to teach you guys how to use the B1, which is kind of fun. And
you have to have training for the B1? I thought it was supposed to be simple like Android.
Oh, Frank, you know what? It is very, very simple to use, honestly. And you know what? We just rewrote the Getting Started manual, which is really great. And people seem to like the new one that we just wrote. So, but these guys have never actually seen one yet. They didn't get stock yet. They're going to shortly. So we're just going to get them up and running and ready to understand it when it arrives. So it's not just a blue box. They'll understand what's inside of it.
Good.
Thanks, Frank.
No problem. Hey, you had to explain how easy it was to me. That's the co-host job.
It's easy to program a DMR frequency. Sometimes it's not so easy to get stuff situated correctly. But
Frank, just remember this. Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Just keep that going. You'll be fine.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh boy, good deal. Well,
so I'll be doing so I'm going back to camp after this. Tomorrow I'll be doing some archery.
Mm-hmm.
Good. That's always fun.
He teaches some radio, and I don't know. Maybe I'll go swimming at some point. I don't know, something.
What's the weather like up there right now?
It actually was cool yesterday. It was cool. I don't know what happened to that like global warming thing they talked about.
Well, not in New Hampshire.
I don't know, man.
Wow.
It's been like really cool. Like even on Long Island, we had 2 weeks of hot weather, and it's been like
We're not talking about that political stuff. What about the ham radios?
No, that's all right.
So anyway, I live on Long Island. You guys know I jet ski, I dive and stuff. I've had to like wear a wetsuit while jet skiing, like in a sunny day. Like it's actually chilly. Crazy.
Well, it's been chilly here, as in chilly the last 2 days. It's only gotten up to about 86, 87 degrees. So, and compared to the prior month, it hit 100 last week for 2 or 3 days in a row. So it's actually been quite nice the last day or two. We had a rainstorm come through here. I guess it was Sunday night, and it cooled everything down. It hadn't got back up to the mid to high 90s or 100 degrees yet. So
I'm not hailing at my house for that storm. Plus, I lost power.
Everybody was talking about hail in Hearst and Bedford and all around. I never saw any hail here. I never lost power here. I don't know. It seemed very sporadic where it was going, but yeah. So it's kind of cool here for August in Texas.
I know. I'm really kind of shocked. And they were saying that it was actually pretty cool in England the other day. I was listening to some.
Really?
Like it's not hot as usual here.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. So I got coming up. I got let's see, talked about those two. I'm trying to get to the Avila Ham Fest in Spain.
Ooh,
when is that?
September.
Okay.
Yep. And then I'm supposed to go to Tel Aviv, and then I'm supposed to go to Dubai, to United Arab Emirates. So we just, and then Pacificon. That's coming.
Good.
Yep.
We're gonna have I'm gonna be on a soda trip in September with K6RK and a few other guys outside of San Diego. So we're flying to Reno and driving in.
Are you going to Pacificon in October?
No, there's a video marketing, like a YouTubers convention type thing happening right here in North Texas that same weekend, and I signed up for that like a year ago. So that's where I'll be that weekend. In fact, I've been to that for the last 2 years. It's a fantastic show.
That's
so
nice.
Really looking forward to that. So Pacificon is not gonna happen, but they're about 2 or 3 weeks after that. The Belton Ham Expo in Texas is going to happen, and fingers crossed that should be a pretty good show.
It's really great to see like ham expos like coming back to life again.
Right, I agree.
And I mean, Eric does a nice job on QSO today in virtual, but like it's really great to like to actually show up and like see people again. Like welcome back.
Well, speaking of ham expos, Ed wanted me to mention that the M17 project, we're looking at getting a table for Nearfest, which is happening in October.
What date?
16th and 17th, I think it is. Yeah. So we're looking at trying to get a table there. Sponsored through all our.
Weekend as Avila.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. If I don't go to Avila, I'll send it.
Okay. But yeah, we're looking at getting a table, and we're going to have a couple of things set up. People can see what we're doing and kind of experiment with some of the hardware that we've been messing around with.
That's fun.
Learn how the network works and reflectors, and maybe I'll even have a repeater built by then.
And the radio that transmit through it.
That's the important part. But Jonathan, G4KLX, he has what he calls M17 client. So you have a MMDVM modem, not a hotspot, but the modem itself. You plug that into a radio, and then you can have like a little Raspberry Pi running this client. And with a headset, you actually are transmitting RF from that radio and the MMDVM modem.
All right, that's interesting.
I'm trying to get it to work with a hotspot, but
I think I like the
yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. I always thought they should change the name of amateur radio to radio experiment.
I could see that.
Yeah, really, like when you take a look at it, I mean, in part like 7 years, we're explicitly being licensed as radio.
Yeah.
So
a lot of the technology that they're using commercially has come through amateur
in
radio.
fact, the
Hey,
radio-
Bob,
What?
talk towards the mic so we can hear you.
Yeah.
We're having our own
We're
conversation.
having a conversation.
Yeah.
So
I
in fact,
know.
I was saying, did you hear anything I said?
A little bit.
I heard most of it. It was just kind of muffled.
All right, I was talking about how we should call amateur radio experimenter instead of amateur radio. It's like
Yeah.
just a thing that's in my head. I think you probably heard me say it. So, because that's
True.
what we're licensed to do. We're licensed to experiment with radio and make something new out of radio, right? It's kind of fun, right? So, and that's really where it came from, like, way back in the day. That's what everybody did. They experimented with radio and they figured, okay, you take a look at the Fessendens and the, Marconi and Fessenden and, all these guys that like, Armstrong, and these guys that came up with like different new technologies in radio. And, it's what we're supposed to be doing. And it's really, and everybody does it at their own level. Sometimes they do it to the level where they, are understanding the technology and how to implement it. Other people are like, figuring out new ways of implementing new digital stuff, like your team in the M17, like, well, certainly like Jonathan Naylor, he's a very talented guy. My team figuring out how to make a radio that doesn't need a code plug and DMR over IP. So, everybody's got like a different thing going on, but it's all radio experimentation. So I think that's what it should be called.
I agree.
You can't call it, I mean, a lot of hams are very professional about what they do. I mean, take a look at these MCON guys. Some of these guys are really serious, very professional. They're really on point.
Yep.
But you can't really call it professional radio. You can't call it on point radio. We're really radio experimenters. It's kind of like, I mean, I think that's the best way to describe it. In fact, FMRE, the ARRL of Mexico, it's Federación Radio Experimentale, something or other, whatever. I forget what it's called. But Lo siento, mis amigos.
You're good.
La
No
cerveza, por favor.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Podemos practicar español juntos. Qué bueno.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
There it is.
Not so much.
Yo necesito practicar mi español con
Todos
personas,
los días.
con otras personas que hablemos.
Perfecto. Bueno.
So.
I took 4 years of French in high school, and all I know is how to order ham sandwich.
Why the hell would you
That was all that was offered. It was either French or Spanish, and I decided French.
Yeah, but here's the problem. My son came home.
I live in New Hampshire. We don't get much outside the area.
My son came home. My son came home at the end of 6th grade. Guess what, Dad? I'm taking French. I said, if you come home next year with a French book, I will beat the crap out of you.
Nice.
So anyway, he really wanted to take French. I made him take Spanish, and then he taught me a little lesson.
Mm-hmm.
He showed me how badly he could do in Spanish.
Well,
pretty funny stuff.
Pretty funny.
I had a meeting with his teacher once, and like I walked in and I had like a nice 15-minute conversation with her in Spanish. She looks at Jesse and says, your dad's bilingual. You have no excuse for this. Like, you should be practicing with him every day. Mm-hmm. And he says, how come you didn't tell me your dad spoke Spanish? And she goes, that was on a need-to-know basis.
That's actually pretty good.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
That's actually pretty good.
It's a true story.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So,
cool, guys.
What?
Well, good. I'm gonna mute you again, Bob, so I can talk.
Whatever.
I don't know. There's some kind of feedback coming through Bob's phone when I'm talking, but it doesn't happen when Frank's talking.
No, maybe the pitch of your voice.
I don't know. I mean, he was connected on a Mac before he's on his phone right now. He was connected on a Mac before, and the Mac sounded fine, but the resolution was really crummy. It wasn't bringing in enough light. It looked out of focus. So he switched to his phone, and then this audio issue started. So I don't know what the deal is with that. But anyway, he's on location. It's all good. But
they're cutting up, having fun.
I know they're acting like they're talking when they're doing the Seinfeld thing, with talking like this with your hands.
There we fixed it.
Right? Yeah. Oh, that's good. So okay. Well, hey, this was good info. I'm glad that they were able to come on today. And I hope they're done laughing and making noise and whatnot. So, Frank, what are you?
I've been actually looking at the N17 projects. There's 22 different repositories in their GitHub. So I'm trying to figure out which one to download to actually kind of start this.
We're going to bring those guys on. I traded emails with one or two of those guys. Like I was saying before, I think before you joined, Frank, somebody somewhere said, "Oh, you got to check out M17." And I think it was N2XDD, I think is who told me about it. And I'd actually already heard about it, but he said, he goes, "You guys ought to get," and I was like, "Well, put me in touch with those guys. I'd like to interview them on the show." And then I think I emailed one guy, and we traded some emails a while back. So I need to follow up with that a little bit better. And
please make it a Sunday stream.
I'd probably, we'll probably do it on Sunday stream. Assuming those guys, that works out for those guys, good.
Yes.
So, but should be, and anything new in amateur radio, I'm always happy to talk. And people were talking in the chat earlier when Steve was talking about what M17 was, and like, do we really need another digital voice mode? And my answer is yes, we do, because I mean every time because there's always improvements to be made. There's always improvements to be made for what's out there, and radio experimenters is what Bob was talking about is all a part of what that is. So
well, then if people are asking that same question, do we need another digital mode? If they were asking that for HF, we never got FT8.
True. And
the love affair that there is of the FT8 out there.
True. Yeah. Digital modes in HF are kind of this. I relate digital voice modes to digital HF modes quite a bit. And I was like, people didn't stop using sideband when FM came out, and people didn't stop using RTTY when PSK31 and FT8 came out. There's still RTTY contests that happen 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 times a year or something like that. RTTY's been around forever. So it's been upgraded quite a bit. Used to be you have to have an actual teletype machine to do RTTY over the air, and now it's all done via computer, but it's still the same mode. So I don't mind new experimentation. If it takes off, great. If it doesn't, that's great also. But
it's experimentation. It's getting out there, expanding our hobby, not just sitting around and buying off the shelf components. Again, if people didn't do that, we won't have FT8. We won't have some of the great modes that we enjoy now. And it makes the hobby fun.
I agree. I totally agree with that.
Plus, gives us more content.
Gives us more content. That's always good. So yeah, JS8 call. Frank Don says, good. Okay. Well, let's ask them to unmute. Then I think we're going to let them go. They seem to be kind of.
Now they want us to talk.
Yeah,
stop making fun of them.
I don't mind. I don't mind y'all talking. What I mind is hearing the feedback come through when I talk.
Wait, what do I say now?
We're gonna wrap this up. So I want you to say. I want you to wave goodbye.
How nice to see all y'all. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
All y'all.
Did I say that right?
All y'all. That's good enough. That's good enough. So
Texasism.
Yep.
So, yeah. Seriously, Bob, thanks for coming on today. It was good to have you on again. And Steve, thanks for being here. You guys hang out on the Zoom after I end this stream, and we're going to talk about maybe plans for the M17 thing. So you guys take care, and Bob, I hope to see you on the happy hour a week from Friday.
73 is y'all.
73. So, all right, Frank, what do you think, man?
Man, that's an interesting project. I'm looking forward to it. The RFinder tablet, I've seen it many of times. Bob has brought it around. Once I do get a second vehicle, I am going to be looking to put that in there as a tablet, because I'm going to get an old one and it's not going to have all the fun GPS stuff. And I just think a tablet will be a nice addition to it. Plus, I don't have to put in a UHF VHF radio, because it's the tablet. So I just got to run the antenna. And then if I do another radio, then I have to mount that, I'll do all that. But it's nice to have an integrated system that Bob has made for us.
Agreed. Yep. I've got my tablet in the truck right now. Actually, I use it a lot for, I use it Google Maps on it a lot because it's a bigger screen than using your phone. And I use it to, I figured out yesterday, I didn't figure this out, but I kind of switched stuff around. And when I'm doing these road trips to both Shreveport and Huntsville upcoming, I'm just going to put the little rubber duck antenna on the tablet and then have my All-Star device, my Sherry node, and a hotspot with me in the truck, and I can switch back and forth and just talk from the tablet to the hotspot, either the Sherry node or the All-Star node or the
I give you
Pi-Star node.
That a little bit on the road, but if once you're at your destination, that is cheating.
No, I know. I totally agree. I totally agree because you can't keep with the same repeater when you're driving 200 miles away. So on road, I'm talking about on a road trip.
Okay,
on a road trip. That's how,
that will be a great setup for a road trip.
That's how I did it. I didn't use the RFinder tablet, but I used just a HT radio and a hotspot when I drove to Dayton the last time. So I was talking to the same folks over and over again on the same talk group because you don't have repeaters that far of a drive. Dayton's 15 hours from here. Yeah. So But yeah, for a road trip, it's a good option. And I obviously want to get my radios all and talk on real radio over RF when I get destinated. But on the road trip,
are you going to have a mobile HF when you're driving out there?
I was actually looking at that yesterday. So my radio is mounted in the truck. I have a mount for my HF antenna, but I don't have the HF antenna on the mount yet. And I need to run power to the radio. So the radio's mounted and the faceplate's mounted, but I don't have power run to it. Power will be easy. That won't take very long at all. I got to figure out how to mount the antenna. I have a Tar Heel antenna to mount it on the mount and then run the wiring for the antenna and the coax for the antenna into the cab and go from there. Yeah, I'm going to try to work on that probably this weekend.
Okay.
So hopefully I won't have everything grounded the way it should be.
That's important. We found out on the OBX trip.
It is, yes. But what that will allow me to do is pull into a park, shut the truck off, and fire up the HF radio and activate the park, and then start the truck up and drive off again. So the grounding will come later. I just probably don't have time to get all the grounding straps in place before the Huntsville trip. But I would like to get at least the antenna and power run so that at least I have something. So yes, I want to. I'm trying to do that. But
sounds like a plan to me.
Yep. So anyway, well, thanks. It's good to have you back on the stream today, man.
I know. This was just kind of spur of the moment. Things happened and they kind of just lined up. I'm like, oh my God, that's going to be a Wednesday. I can come on stream.
Awesome.
But good to be back. I'll be back on Sunday's night stream, and it's been awesome. Thank you for letting me hang out.
Certainly. No problem at all. Okay. Good. Well, we'll catch you Thursday Night Ham Radios tomorrow. You don't have a link up yet, though, do you?
No, I'm building that tonight after the office.
Okay. All right. Cool. So Thursday Night Ham Radio tomorrow. Friday is.
We might have another guest spot tomorrow on Thursday Night Ham Radio playlist.
Okay.
A new person.
Woo. Good. That's awesome. So, yeah, Friday night, Mike and I are going to do the late shift again, so be watching for that.
Me too.
Yeah, you'll be on there. It's going to be on my channel this week, so we'll be switching that off back and forth. So good. All right, man. I'll let you go. And
thank you, man.
Yeah, you bet. Y'all have a good one. And everyone in the chat, thank you for being in the chat today. Really appreciate everyone being out here. And I'm glad my camera didn't freeze at all today, so that was fun to not see. But check us out for Thursday Night Ham Radio tomorrow night. All the RFinder information. HRO is carrying RFinder now. Gigaparts carries them as well. RFinder.net is Bob's official website. You can read about all the devices there, the tablets, the B1, everything else. I've got several videos about all of his stuff and doing some stuff with that upcoming for the new tablet as well. So definitely check us out there and let us know in the comments what you think about just any of the devices and any of the stuff talked about today. And hopefully see a bunch of you guys at the QSO Today Ham Expo, not this weekend, but next. And then definitely Huntsville the following weekend after that. So 73 and everyone go out there and ham harder today.